Hey developers, welcome back to my channel. So this video is all about Flutter installation guide. More than that, this video is about how many errors do you face while installing Flutter. Errors like HAXM error while launching your emulator, Android SDK path error, or Android license JDK is missing error, or Dart SDK error. So first, you need to go to this site and choose your platform. Check your system's requirement, scroll down and download the zip folder. They are saying in your C directory, create src folder and paste your Flutter folder here, which you have got from this stable.zip file. I did the same. Then update your path. Go to your environment variables and you need to paste this Flutter bin path in users variable. I added this path in my systems variable because I have downloaded a Flutter 2 years ago. That's why in my systems variable path, I have added my bin and Dart SDK path because I have faced an issue regarding Dart SDK. That's why if you faced any Dart SDK issue, you need to paste your Dart SDK path like this. Then OK, OK, and OK. Now, open your CMD and then run FlutterQueen. You will face two mainly issues, maybe two or three. Android license, Android Studio is missing, and JDK is missing. Download Android Studio. You will see a window like this. In more actions, there is SDK Manager and you will find SDK location. If your Android SDK is already added, then you are good to go. But if not, you need to add Android SDK path. And how will you find it? In your C directory, go to users and whatever your user's name, in my case it's HP, and you will find app data folder which will be hidden. So go to your view tab and just check hidden items. Now app data, local, Android, and then SDK. Copy this path and paste in your SDK manager SDK location. Let me show you about my SDK manager. In my SDK manager, in appearance and behaviors tab, system settings, there is Android SDK, and here is my SDK path. Now, download some SDK tools. Just download build tools, command line tools, Google USB driver, Google Play services, all of them, which I selected, and just click on apply and OK, and then restart your IDE. Now you need to add this SDK path in your environment variable. In users variable and system variable, just click on new and type Android Home in capital letters and paste this SDK path. Also in systems variable, in the path tab, add SDK path as well as build tools, command line tools, emulator, platform tools and platforms. Just add all of them. When you click on file tab, if you will not see a new Flutter project, go to your plugins tab and install Flutter and Dart and then restart your IDE. Then after restarting, you will see when you click on file new, there is new Flutter project. Before creating new Flutter project, there is one step to do. Go to your settings. In language and framework, click on Flutter. You need to add Flutter path where you have installed your Flutter. Also, click on Dart and just add your Dart SDK path as well. Now you can create your new Flutter project, which will be a counter app. When you run Flutter Doctor, you will see a error related to Android license. So you just go to that project which you have created, uh, click on terminal and just add Flutter Doctor Android license and your error will vanish. The only error left is JDK error. So go to oracle.com and download download JDK development kit. I have JDK 11. You can download any version. And remember the path where you have downloaded this JDK, because you need to add JDK path in environment variable as we did previously with the Android Home, Android SDK. So just add Java Home and paste your JDK path. Also in path tab, just add your JDK path here as well. Now run Flutter Doctor. I hope all your errors will vanish. Let's set up Android emulator. Go to your Android Studio. In the top right corner, Device Manager. Create new device and select your device definition. Mostly users select a bigger device which is bigger in size, but I suggest you create a device which has Google Play Store. So I'm selecting Pixels 4 which has Google Play Store. Click on Next. Then select a system image. In my case, it's R. Give it a name and then Finish. Your emulator is set up. I have already running one emulator. Let me close it. Now launch your emulator. While launching your emulator, if you got error related to HAXM, like go to your SDK Tools and download this HAXM. If you are getting this error, while downloading HAXM SDK tool, or while launching emulator you got this type of error, then go to your task manager and check in the performance tab, check whether your virtualization is enabled or not. If it's not enabled, then go to your BIOS options and enable it. Go to HAXM installer site and download this HAXM setup in your PC. After downloading it, go to SDK tool and try to download Emulator Accelerator HAXM. I hope your error will gone and try to launch your emulator. Now set up Flutter in VS Code. Download VS Code and go to this Extensions tab. Install Flutter and Dart and restart your IDE. You don't need to add any SDK path or bin path with the Android Studio VS Code. In VS Code, just you need to click on Control Shift P and click on Flutter project application and give it a name, choose folder, and you are good to go with the Flutter practices. That's why my first choice is VS Code. Okay, if you are confused where to launch emulator in VS Code, just click on this tab in the bottom right corner and you will see your Android emulators available here. Just launch it and happy coding. One more thing, mostly beginners faces, it's their emulator launching inside of the Android Studio. So in that case, you need to go to your settings. In the Tools tab, you will find Emulator. Just uncheck this Launch a tool in window. And now your emulator is launches outside of the Android Studio. That's all for today, folks. I hope this installation guide was useful for you. If you like this video, then give it a like, subscribe, and share. And happy coding. Thank you for watching.